Alright people, I'm here with a video review of Xsyon, a new MMO game, and it's being produced by Notorious Games, a small indie developer, coming in and trying to shake things up a bit, making a more realistic MMO that takes place in Northern California and Nevada. And the name of the game is spelled Xsyon, and the game right now is in beta. It does launch on March the 1st. Uh, and it allows you to create one character as of right now to prevent you from creating, alts to spy on enemies and that kind of thing, which is probably a really good thing. And the one good thing that I've seen about this game is that the developers do take heart to what players in the fan base is suggesting and inputting on their forums. So it does really look like they are listening, being a small team, and they're not required to listen to, a big company like Electronic Arts or Sony Online Entertainment or something of that sort. So they can pretty much make these changes a lot easier, which is a good thing for the players, in my opinion. So I have created a player here, kind of a rough player just to start, and I'll log in, which just takes a few minutes. And the graphics in this game, as you'll see, are not the best. I mean, they certainly don't compete with, the games out there with the big companies behind them, like Rift or, probably Guild Wars 2 or that kind of a game. But they're really trying to change things up and do something a little different and focus on the player, in my opinion, rather than focusing on quests. Like World of Warcraft and Rift and that kind of thing, where it almost feels to me like I'm an automated robot, just going from gold question mark to gold question mark and gold exclamation point to quest and zone to zone, and I really feel like it's not about the players as much as it is just trying to level up as quick as possible or something. So here's my guy. You kind of get a third person's perspective. You can certainly change the angle of what you're looking at by right clicking the mouse and moving about. You'll see that they got some pretty good looking trees in here, and they do sway in the wind. Clouds float in the sky, and it looks pretty natural. River flows, kind of looks pretty good. Well, not the best, but I don't know if it's the settings here, but the waterfall doesn't look that great, but you can certainly tell it is a waterfall. So this is really a brand new character. I haven't skilled him up. I haven't done anything, as they just deleted the characters that were here. And I'll try to give you a better idea of what you'd be getting into if you was to create a character and pay for this game. To buy the game, it does look like it's about a $40 price tag, even to get into the beta and be here, but you would get a settle about 2 weeks before anybody else and kind of create the world. And their idea here with this game is to basically give everybody a blank world, no NPCs, no quest givers, no already created cities. Everything that you'll see is something that's created by other players. So, it's really up to the players to create their own content with the world that they're given. And what they're given is kind of a world that we might live in Northern California here. If the end of the world was to come and everybody was trying to piece things back together from the rubbish and from just the pieces that would be left over. So what you'll find is you'll find resources amongst the world that you can make things out of. You can create tents and towns and walls, and they pretty much give you all the things you need. It is a skill-based game. There's really no leveling up in this game. It's all skill-based, and if I take a look at the skills, you'll see that you have combat skills here. You can pick which combat skill out of about 4 you want to choose from when you create your character. you'll have resource building, gathering skills that you can choose from and kind of choose your preferences to when you start your character. Here I chose scavenging and fishing, out of foraging, hunting, and logging to start with, and that's why those are higher at 25 rather than 5. Actions: hiding, jumping, running, swimming, terraforming, which is like manipulating the land as to how you want to use it. Got trade skills of animal taming and cooking, and crafting, basketry, bone craft, fire building, real rudimentary skills. You know, nothing too fantastical. You don't have magic. You don't have anything real unrealistic. And as such, you'll find that the animals in the world are pretty realistic as well. You're not going to see, you know, giant spiders or skeletons or anything like that. So, and again, you just have humans to choose from, no elves or anything like that in this game. So, one thing I do want to show you real quick is, I want to apologize first of all for not, you know, knowing what order to tell you everything in this game, but I'll try to explain things the best I can. You got an inventory down here. You got a hot bar, which you can move your things down to your hot bar. Down here you have emotes. You have a chat window here, which kind of has just, you know, tells you you have a global chat, which appears in red. You can have a party chat if you're in a group, a guild chat for your guild, or a local chat as well, is the chats that I've seen so far, and those are pretty easy to switch between. You also can whisper to an individual, and you can talk one-on-one with another person. Here you basically have an overall health. Your health is basically the first bar. Faith, I don't know a whole lot about faith. I know that there is, at some point, they're planning on manipulating religion or something into the game. I'm not real sure about how that works, or is going to work. You have energy, which basically shows you how tired you are. When it runs low, your character gets really tired. And adrenaline, kind of, you know, when you're battling, when you have higher adrenaline, I guess you'll hit harder and do more damage. Here in the middle is basically your experience bar, and it doesn't work as like leveling up when you complete the bar, but what it does do is once you complete a bar, you get more points to put into your skills. So completing the bar is definitely good, and you'll get portions of the bar as you go out and do things in the world, like build or create or fight or whatever. You do have to eat and drink in this game, or what you do, everything you do in the game, your skills that you're doing, whether you're fishing or attacking or something like that, you won't do as good if you're hungry or thirsty. And it also shows your comfort level and your encumbrance, which you can only carry so much weight, you know. And there's also packs and stuff you can get. So you can also go in and check your stats. You can tell your birthday, and you know, characters do age in this game, and eventually they will die off. I don't think they've actually implemented all that as of yet, but that is a feature that they are looking to implement. And here is a lot of the stats you get to choose from when you start the game. Things like strength, fortitude, agility, dexterity, intelligence, and that kind of thing. And you can kind of, you know, manipulate those as you want when you create your character, and put more points into strength, as I like to do, so that I can carry more weight without getting real tired, as I mentioned before. Down here you'll also find your skills, which